Thomas Smith, started working for Mercedes-Benz in 1981. Become a supervisor in the Unimog section, where we build Unimogs, MB Tracks and 0305 buses. The company have in the 1990s started looking at the development of what transpired in the previous years, where people started work. They're good workers, but they were uneducated workers. The majority of the workforce fell in that category of uneducated, could not even write their names or couldn't read. Now, how do you develop a multi-skilled team if your people can't read or write? And then the company then embarked on ABAC program, where the adult basic education has come in. Started sending the people on this training, which helped them tremendously for them as individuals. What an accomplishment when they were so full of joy when they come back to the line and they can write their names and read. The biggest thing is you have documentation. Every job that's there are documented, and these people, because they were illiterate, they could not even read or understand anything that's on the document. Having them going through this program, it helped the company in the sense that they could then enjoy the benefits of people being rotated and can go and do anybody's job, which is documented. All they need is to look at the paper. The assembly advice tell you exactly how to do the job. I've seen that plant grow from 55,000 cars a year to 120 cars a year now.
I started at Siyaphambili in 1997 as a facilitator. My responsibility was to facilitate learners from Mercedes-Benz at the time. I had quite an experience with Siyaphambili. I think that's where my working journey or career started, essentially. And I remember times where we worked till early hours of the morning in trying to get assessments and trying to get reports done for the next day. I even recall a time where we almost went off the road because Alliston was extremely tired. I'm a businessman today from a totally different business from what he's doing, from training. But the principles that I've learned still remains the same. The discipline still remains the same. The attitude still remains the same. Everything that I have instilled into my staff has been because of what I've learned from Alliston.
My connection with Siyaphambili started in the early 90s. At the time, I was working for Volkswagen South Africa as an education officer, and Alliston Saville was working for the Honda Institute. Because we're in the same industry and trying to develop the operators, especially within the industry, we used to meet. And then around 1993, Honda Institute, which was associated with Daimler Chrysler, was kind of outsourced, and then Siyaphambili Institute was born. At the same time, because the responsibility of delivering of adult basic education was too big for a company like Volkswagen, we brought in Siyaphambili Institute. They assisted in training the facilitators. I think the whole auto industry at the time was going through revolutionary, where they wanted people to be recognized for the skills that they had acquired. As much as they had been working on the production lines and they had the technical skills, they lack the basic literacy and basic numeracy skills for them to get a qualification.
I am Janice Vaderman, currently employed at Sinaj Project Solution, and in 1994 I joined Volkswagen South Africa when they were looking at an initiative to improve the skills development of the employees who did not have a matric qualification at the time. As part of our orientation into the Adult Basic Education and Training Program, Volkswagen South Africa procured the services of Siyaphambili to do our training and development on the basic principles in adult education. 4 years after our initial engagement at Volkswagen, Siyaphambili opened an office in Port Elizabeth. I started at the Port Elizabeth office as the branch manager, and as we acquired offices around the country in Western Cape, Northern Cape, as well as KwaZulu-Natal, my role changed to being the operations manager nationally. We then acquired Eagle Computer Training, as we saw it as an ideal opportunity to penetrate the technology space that would add on to our existing skills development programs that we offered.
Morning, my name is Andries Reder. I'm an entrepreneur. I've just done my ABET levels 4 on English and Maths, Literature, and I'm still waiting for my results, but yeah, I'm really excited about it. I decided to study further to better myself in education because I never finished school, and I thought of maybe getting myself a better life and getting myself educated in this tough world that we live in.
My name is Reverend Mudley. One of the reasons why I enrolled for the ABET Level 4 course was because I wanted to set an example to those out there in the community.
Good afternoon, my name is Rishon Madramutu. I needed to set an example to my kids and to the kids that come here to the center that needs help with their homework or something. So I just needed to brush up on my skills, and I took that course. It was a very nice course, it was very well presented, well set out, especially with, I'd like to thank Avril for our teacher, for having so much patience and a virtuous contact with us.
What I enjoy most about the ABET classes, because it's something new to me, is that you see this rough diamond, you know, that is valuable, and after it has been maneuvered, it's been handled, and then it is shaped, then you can actually see the outcome of all the seasons. The seasons being the modules. As you go from one module to another one, you can see the development, the growth of the actual individual, and it is phenomenal. It is just awesome. The African saying that says, if you want to go far, walk together. If you want to walk fast, walk alone.
My naam is Kynor Apparel. Ek is 'n menslike hulpbronbeampte, spesifiek opleiding by Swartland munisipaliteit, gestasioneer in Mamasbury. Hoe ek nou betrokke geraak het by hierdie projek IET was na die afgelope 3 finansiële jaar deel van ons opleidingsbehoeftes. Die projek het nou begin. Die 15de Oktober het ons begin met die IET projek, en tesame is daar 48 persone wat deel is van hierdie projek. En ek beskou dit as een groot reuse sukses, en ek glo en vertrou ons sal 'n lang paadjie saam met Siyaphambili stap.
It's been a very, very good journey. This program started around April this year, and I am very much happy with the way that they are conducting themselves. I had a few interactions with the trainers themselves and with the learners themselves. They are very happy with the whole program.
Siyaphambili is this organization who make things easier for us. Even you can't speak English, but with Siyaphambili it's easier to speak English because you are trained to do that and to communicate. Because the thing is about communication. If the communication is not good, and then you can't find a job because you can't communicate. It's only when a good communicator is a person who can find a good job. So that's what we are doing with Siyaphambili. Siyaphambili will take us very far. You see, because Siyaphambili now at this moment, he's taking us from a place to another place. He's pushing us up to some levels.
My journey with Siyaphambili started 20 years ago. When I actually started working for the municipality, they were the service provider doing the ABET training. The ABET training was for our employees that couldn't read and write.
in their own mother tongue or in an additional language like Afrikaans or English. As Siyaphambili actually came to Plettenberg Bay, they actually arranged everything, from the gowns to the venue, to the caterers, to the certificates and everything. So definitely they went the extra mile to ensure that the graduation of our people was successful.
Hello, my name is Dina Iesem. I'm a customer care clerk for Picho Municipality. Waar jy my nou sien, ek was toe ek in Siyaphambili begin het, was ek general worker in die munisipaliteit. En met al die courses wat ons gedoen het daarso, het dit vir my gehelp dat ek het eers geweet dat ek sou customer care doen, want ek het eers geweet wat is customer care nie. Maar deur Siyaphambili het dit vir my meer gehelp, want ek kon bietjie beter Engels praat, want ek kan 'n conversation hê met 'n Engels sprekende mens, en as ek hy foon neersit, dan voel ek verskriklik goed. En voel ek, yes, ek het die trofee verdien.
Ek is Marcel Cronje, ek is van Hessequa Munisipaliteit en ons is gestasioneer hierso in Riversdale in die Garden Route. As ek dink aan Siyaphambili, dan dink ek aan die woord commitment, want dit is definitief wat ons gekry het van die diensverskaffer. En as ek gebel het of daar was enige probleme, daar was altyd iemand wat teruggekom het na my toe en wat regtig vir my oplossings gevind het vir dit waarmee ek gesukkel het. So weer eens kan ek net sê die Engelse woord commitment is eerste wat na my toe kom.
The main aim is to empower the woman. And that's why we believe computer literacy is so important, is to basically give them back at self-worthiness. And for many of these ladies, it's the first time that they actually sit in a class, but also being respected. It's the first time that they are doing things on their own, because many times they're being told they are stupid or they're idiots. And at least there's somebody who believes in them, which in return they believe in themselves. And for them it brings back their independence and also the self-worthiness. And from there we look at job placement.
I work for the City of Cape Town in the HR department, in a department that's called Organizational Management. So with my work, I need to be able to draw reports and have the correct data, know how I'm filtering all my data so that I can have the important data that I need. So when I use Excel and Access, that really helps me a lot in my job. And I can say it's definitely benefited me a lot coming to this training, as they build a foundation for you where you can build further on at the office and work and use their skills and their tips in your own workday.
Good day, my name is Elizabeth Morter and I am the assistant to our ward councillor in Ward 56 in the Western Cape. I must say I enjoy working with the community, and being on this training course is going to empower me even more. I'm doing the Microsoft Advanced course because it is necessary for me to empower myself even more. So yeah, I would like to come back if it is possible, and yeah, also to empower myself, because I feel even though I am not a young person anymore, I'm a senior citizen, this type of courses can be for everything, because I feel that seniors also have to keep up with technology these days. So Eagle is a place to be.
I am Dwayne Scholes, I'm the supply chain manager at Mossel Municipality. So working in supply chain, we get to do with Excel a lot. So it was identified that we should enroll in Excel course. So I identified Eagle training for my intermediate, basic and advanced Excel training. My facilitator was Christelle. She came across as a very influential and knowledgeable person. Her training was very interactive. I enjoyed it a lot. And after the training, I really benefited from what I've learned during my time at Eagle training.
Siyaphambili Training Solutions and Eagle Computer Training. Our multiple award-winning companies continue to empower individuals through our education and training programs. We have trained in all corners of our country, taking the training to the people and ensuring that our citizens gain meaningful access. We realize how hectic our lives are and offer on-site, off-site and online training courses that are fully accredited by Umalusi and the MICT CETA. We pride ourselves in being so responsive by reaching out to all citizens in urban, rural and deep rural areas of our diverse landscape. We remain passionate to our core values and mission to be the leading group of training companies in South Africa and globally.
So I feel it's a good thing, you know, that people get empowered a little bit more, because sometimes we as elders, we feel a little bit embarrassed, you know, not me particularly, but there are other elders like my husband. He refuses to ask anybody, how do I do this on my phone and what? So technology has taken over our lives and we will have to adapt to it. So it's adapt or die.
It is fascinating to see the amount of knowledge of wanting to know more. And if you have that culture, can you imagine what the outcome of Siyaphambili would be if we look at the individual? Siyaphambili is targeting the individual to get to the individual, because the individual is part of the society. The society is part of a greater government, and Siyaphambili is actually on that path in creating future leaders, future writers, future poets, like the likes of Diana Ferris and all our local heroes. So Siyaphambili, in essence, for me also is the very epitome of Khumbule Ekhaya.
The management and staff component of Siyaphambili Training Solutions at Eagle Computer Training are youthful and directed by Miss Amanda Khoza. She is supported and mentored by Mr. Alliston Saville. It is our mission that we continue to promote and develop the youth to ensure that we create a legacy whereby we become the breeding ground for our industry captains. Siyaphambili Training Solutions and Eagle Computer Training invites you to our centers where you can experience our warm hospitality and groundbreaking training methodologies.